Every project manager knows this sentence. Can we add just one more thing? It usually arrives with a smile. It sounds innocent, friendly even, almost harmless. But sometimes, just one more thing is the tiny snowball that becomes a very expensive avalanche. That is scope creep, the hidden cost of invisible change. Here is the practical definition. Scope creep happens when the project keeps accepting extra work without properly reviewing the impact, approving the trade-off, or updating the baseline. And the tricky part is this. Scope creep rarely enters the room wearing a warning sign. It enters as one extra field, one quick report, one minor redesign, one new meeting, one small integration. Each request looks reasonable by itself. Nobody thinks this is the request that will destroy the schedule. But projects are not damaged only by big surprises. They are often damaged by many tiny untracked decisions. Individually, these requests whisper. Together, they shout, more time, more cost, more risk, and less focus. Now let's talk about the triple constraint. First, the schedule slips. Why? Because unplanned work still consumes real time. Even if the request takes only 2 hours, those 2 hours have to come from somewhere. They may come from testing, documentation, risk review, or the team's already committed delivery work. Second, the budget grows. Extra effort does not become free just because nobody called it a change. People still analyze, design, build, test, review, and communicate the work. The invoice may not arrive immediately, but the cost is already inside the project. Third, focus fragments. The team starts switching priorities, chasing side requests, and trying to remember which version of the plan is still official. That is when delivery momentum becomes heavier, meetings become longer, and everyone starts asking, wait, when did we agree to that? Nobody said, let's blow the budget today. But here we are. So what is the professional response? It is not to say no to everything. That is not project management. That is just becoming the villain in the meeting. And nobody invited the villain to the steering committee. The PMP approach is to make change visible before the team absorbs it. Step 1, ask. Is this request in scope? Is it already part of the approved work? Or is it a new expectation from a stakeholder? Step 2, assess. What is the impact on time, cost, risk, quality, resources, and stakeholder expectations? A small change may have a large dependency hidden behind it. Step 3, decide. Approve it, reject it, defer it, or make a trade-off. If we add this, what moves out? That question is simple, powerful, and sometimes wonderfully uncomfortable. Step 4, update. If the change is approved, update the baseline, the backlog, the plan, and the communication. The project team should not be expected to carry invisible work in their memory. This is why change control matters. It is not bureaucracy for the sake of paperwork. It is professional oxygen for the project. It keeps decisions visible, expectations realistic, and accountability clear. The goal is not to block change. Projects must adapt. The goal is to make sure every change is understood, approved, and managed. So remember, change is not the enemy. Invisible change is. Protect the baseline, manage the trade-off, keep the backlog honest, and never let just one more thing become the project plan. I'm Ayman Shah Ali, PMP. Follow for practical project management insights.